Every year, the historic vessel Vega provides training, educational, and medical supplies for the remote islands of Eastern Indonesia and East Timor. This 120-year-old sailing vessel and her all-volunteer crew sail over 7,000 miles every year to deliver these supplies. But first, like all good sailors, we should consult our charts to plan our route and see which islands we'll visit. Indonesia is the world's largest archipelago with over 17,500 islands. Some of those islands are so remote they have no contact with the outside world. They have no electricity, no cell phones, no internet, and often no medical services. Every year, Vega visits 18 of these islands where we assist 34 small communities. Often, we are their only contact with the outside world. Vega's support for these small islands consists of medical supplies and equipment needed by the local midwives and health workers to do their jobs. Thanks to the generosity of our supporters, Vega also provides school supplies and teaching aids. We also bring hundreds of kits for kids' bags every year. I'll tell you more about those later. Vega also assists communities to address important environmental issues like waste management. Most of the items Vega delivers are donated by our friends in Penang, Jakarta, and Singapore. Vega delivers those supplies straight into the hands of those who need them most. Our deliveries begin with the small island of Pulau Madang. It is located in the Flores Sea just north of Sumbawa. Pulau Madang has a population of roughly 1,500 people. For the past 5 years, we've been supporting midwife nurse Mita. She works very hard, doing her best to take care of the women and children on the island. When we first met Mita, she had almost nothing for supplies. This year, we were able to support her and the island with a portable ultrasound scanner, among other items. Our next stop is Pulau Tengah, 4 small islands isolated in the remote vastness of the Flores Sea. Because the waters around these small islands are shallow, we must anchor Vega 1.5 miles offshore. We use Pak Omar's small boat to make our deliveries. There are 4 small islands in this group, set like jewels amid the crystal-clear waters of the Flores Sea. The islands have no electricity and no telephone. Their only contact with the outside world is once every 2 weeks when a small ferry arrives to take those who wish to Sulawesi. This health post on the main island is a very important part of community life. Sadly, when Vega first appeared, they had very little to work with. The Vega team was able to assist these highly animated young health workers not only with medical supplies, but also with solar rechargeable portable emergency lights. Each traditional midwife on these outlying islands received one of our traditional midwife kits. Each of those comprehensive kits contains everything a midwife needs to safely deliver babies and manage most emergency situations. Every year, Vega provides several hundred pairs of new reading glasses for the elderly. For a woman who is no longer able to thread her sewing needle, or a carpenter who can no longer read his tape measure, these inexpensive glasses are life-changing. Vega supports schools on each of these 4 islands. We provide basic school supplies, sports equipment, and teaching aids for teachers. With our mission to Pulau Pulau Tangga completed, we set sail for East Timor, with stops along the way on the islands of Flores and Alor. The seas around the eastern side of Alor are notorious for their strong winds, powerful currents, and vicious waves. Arrival in East Timor begins a new phase in our yearly mission. Now we concentrate on school supplies and kits for kids' bags. Ermera is a district high in the mountains of East Timor. The roads are bad. Many of the communities we assist are quite difficult to reach. The village of Koileke stands at 2,000 meters altitude, high on the slopes of Piku Ramalau, East Timor's highest mountain. After struggling for several hours, at last our 4-wheel drive off-road vehicle could go no further. At the end of the road, we were met by parents and students from the community school. Amid laughter and good-natured banter, we divided up the cargo of school bags and other supplies into bundles, each of which could be easily carried. It was a long, long hike from the end of the road to the school high in the mountains. Donna Ana is one of the most remote schools in East Timor. We were only the second group of outsiders to ever visit this village. This is Donna Ana, the headmistress and founder of the school, receiving a teacher's bag and the solar rechargeable lights. Kits for Kids is a highly successful program where children from wealthy schools in Jakarta, Singapore, and Penang donate backpacks loaded with stationery and other school supplies for underprivileged students in these poor mountain communities. Each backpack contains a short letter, often with photographs from the child who donated it. Each backpack contains a small toy or stuffed animal. Many of these children have never owned a real toy in their lives. The needs for St. Augustino Junior High School were different. There, the teachers requested teaching aids, aids for health, for science, for geography, and a multitude of other subjects. The students of Osawala welcomed us with a traditional dance. Vega delivered over 650 school bags to children in the mountains of East Timor. The bags were donated and filled with school supplies by the students from the Australian International School Singapore, the German European School Singapore, and the Jakarta Intercultural School. Thanks to Vega, the Triloka Community Clinic is now well provided with medical supplies. The community midwife was quite pleased to receive her new Doppler fetal heartbeat monitor and portable ultrasound machine. From East Timor, we set out to cross the entire length of the Banda Sea, a body of water notorious for violent storms and high waves. 2 years ago, we had 5-meter waves along this stretch of our voyage. This year, the wind and seas were kind to us. Here is our route across the Banda Sea portrayed on the chart. We saw several large sperm whales along our route, but none as impressive as this monster from the deep who surfaced just beside our boat. He was every bit as big as Vega. After swimming along beside us for several minutes, he turned away and dove into the depths. The Banda Islands are a paradise for children, rich in marine life, wealthy from spices. Yet this tropical paradise is in danger. Every year there is more uncollected garbage. Banda Neira alone has 1,828 households. Each family produces an average of 3.6 kilograms of garbage every day. That means 6.5 tons of garbage per day is accumulating on the island. That is almost 2,400 tons per year. This amount of garbage can be reduced by changing community behavior. Behavior change is achieved through education. We motivate teachers and schools to play an active role in environmental education. After an ongoing competition which began in 2014, Vega rewarded this year's winners. The 5 most active teachers with the most interesting projects each received a new laptop computer. Maga spends part of each week visiting schools and teaching the benefits of waste collection and separation. Pak Yasir has spent the past year cleaning up his island, Pulau Pisang. Pak Amir and his students collect organic waste and convert it into compost for the school garden. The top 10 environmentally active schools received sports and educational equipment. Ibu Ida is a marvelous woman who teaches students how to make fashionable bags out of used packaging materials. This year, Vega was able to donate a second foot treadle-operated sewing machine to her efforts. Medical supplies for midwives are an important part of our yearly effort. In the Banda Islands, we support 22 traditional midwives and 4 health workers. Every student at every school we visit receives a free toothbrush. and the teachers receive training aids for dental health care. From the Banda Islands to Jakarta is a long voyage of 1,700 sea miles. Fortunately, there are some interesting stops along the way. Kumba Island was formed by an active volcano that erupts once every 15 minutes. Credit for the support Vega's crew delivers belongs to our supporters. They are the true heroes. They are the ones who share, help, and provide to improve other people's lives. Thanks to them, we can do our work.